Welcome to this explainer. All right, today we're diving into something that literally shapes how we see the world, how we remember our past, and, well, how we share our stories. We're looking at the absolutely fascinating history and the massive modern celebration of World Photography Day. Look, whether you're a seasoned pro rocking a massive rig or you just love snapping aesthetic shots on your smartphone, this is a day and honestly a whole community that belongs to you. So get comfortable and let's unwrap the real story behind the images we create every single day.
Think about this idea for a second. The greatest free gift ever given to the world. When we think of photography right now, we usually just think of an app on our phone, a digital file, or some really expensive hardware. We definitely don't think of it as a gift. But I want to hook you right out of the gate with this. Photography wasn't just some slow, accidental technological evolution. Its wide-scale availability was quite literally a historical gift given to humanity. It was deliberately handed right over to the public, completely changing how we capture light forever.
Section 1. A gift to the world.
Okay, let's dive right into this incredible origin story and figure out exactly how this gift came to be. To really get the modern celebration, we've got to travel all the way back to August 19th, 1839. Now, this isn't just some random date pulled out of a hat. This is the exact day the French government officially stepped in and bought the very first practical photography patent. I mean, imagine that happening today with a major tech breakthrough. Instead of keeping it a closely guarded state secret or locking it behind decades of corporate red tape, they went a totally different route. That patent was for the daguerreotype process, invented by Louis Daguerre and Nicéphore Niépce. And here's the crazy part. When the French government purchased this process, they immediately turned right around and announced it as a free gift to the world. No strings attached. This one singular event is what marks the true birth of modern practical photography. Because it was suddenly free and out there, inventors and artists everywhere could just start experimenting, iterating, and capturing light in ways that were previously unimaginable. So when we celebrate World Photography Day every August 19th, it's essentially a direct thank you note to that mind-blowing 19th century milestone. Section 2. The global digital evolution. Now, what's super interesting is how that 19th century scientific breakthrough morphed into this wildly interconnected global community. Let's trace that evolution, because it's beautiful. Obviously, we start in 1839. But check out the massive jump to 1988. That's the year an Indian photography teacher named O.P. Sharma proposed the modern concept of having a dedicated worldwide day to celebrate the craft. He planted the seed. Then, skip ahead to 2010. This is when the celebration really exploded into the digital age. An Australian entrepreneur named Korske Ara launched these massive online gallery expansions, which took a relatively localized idea and turned it into a major digital phenomenon. And over the next decade, this whole thing was heavily amplified by global production efforts from John Morzen. So you have these individuals from India, Australia, and beyond who basically curated a massive worldwide movement out of that original French gift. And because of that incredible global expansion, the celebration has actually completely outgrown a single 24-hour period. We still have World Photography Day on August 19th, acting as our specific historical anchor to honor the art and science of the medium. But contrasting that, we now have World Photography Week. This runs annually from August 12th to the 26th. This broader 2-week initiative is huge because it allows for a really comprehensive celebration of visual storytelling. It basically gives galleries, online communities, and individual creators the breathing room they need to truly showcase their work and connect. Section 3. The 2026 theme. Home. So let's look ahead to 2026 and see how all this builds into an incredible opportunity for you to actually participate. What does home signify to you? It's a deceptively simple word, right? But the second you grab a camera and try to capture its essence, it becomes infinitely complex. The World Photography Day community is asking visual storytellers everywhere to take a step back and visually interpret this exact word. The real beauty of this theme is in the incredibly broad official interpretations. Home doesn't just mean the literal four walls you sleep in, though, it certainly can be your current physical dwelling. But photographers are also encouraged to explore the landscape of their childhood. Maybe it's a broader homeland, a country, or even a specific city skyline that just hits right. Most importantly, it can be entirely abstract. A scene, a person, or just a specific lighting condition that evokes a deep emotional sense of safety and belonging. It's really about finding where you feel anchored and translating that raw feeling into a visual medium. Section 4. Join the global community. All right, so the crucial point is, how do you actually unwrap this historical gift today and get involved? This is not just about passively scrolling through other people's photos, okay? It's a highly active participatory event.
According to the official community, there are 3 actionable steps to dive in. Step 1, share with the community by getting your work out there. Step 2, intentionally interpret that theme of home. And step 3, engage globally with what everyone else is producing. Let's break down how you can actually execute these to get the absolute most out of the experience.
Let's really focus on that second step, interpreting the theme. The community heavily emphasizes that this isn't just about the aesthetic quality of your image. You really need to share the personal background story behind the shot. Like, why did you choose this specific subject? What memories are actually attached to it? By attaching your own personal narrative to your image of home, you add this immense depth and emotional resonance to your submission. You're transforming a pretty picture into a compelling piece of visual storytelling that someone halfway across the planet can deeply connect with. And that brilliantly illustrates the final step of global engagement. The official guidelines state, explore the shared hashtag feed to view, comment on, and amplify work from other visual creators across different cultures. Honestly, this is where the magic happens. By intentionally looking at how someone in Tokyo or Nairobi or Buenos Aires defines home, you foster a profound sense of global community. You get to literally see the world through their lens. You experience these incredibly diverse perspectives on belonging, bridging massive cultural divides without ever needing to speak the exact same language. Which brings us to your final call to action. To actually connect with this massive worldwide audience of storytellers, you've got to use the official hashtags, hashtag World Photography Day and hashtag World Photography Day 2026. This is your ticket to join the global visual conversation. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. Ever since that monumental day back in 1839, the ability to freeze time has been a literal gift, handed down generation after generation. When you look through your lens today, are you just taking a picture? Or are you claiming your piece of that historical gift? Grab your camera, figure out what home truly means to you, and go share your slice of the world. Thanks so much for joining me today, and happy shooting.